AI-powered voice cloning raises vishing risks. Understanding the threat and combat strategies. In an era where artificial intelligence, AI, is transforming industries, it is also empowering cybercriminals with sophisticated tools to exploit human vulnerabilities. Vishing, also known as voice phishing, has long been a tactic employed by threat actors to deceive individuals and organizations through phone calls. However, the advent of AI-powered voice cloning is elevating this threat to unprecedented levels. Researchers have found that AI can generate convincing voice clones from as little as 5 minutes or even just 30 seconds of recorded audio, enabling attackers to impersonate trusted figures with eerie accuracy. This technology blurs the line between reality and simulation, making traditional social engineering attacks more refined and more challenging to detect. As a result, enterprises, employees, and everyday individuals face heightened risks of data breaches, financial losses, and erosion of social trust. Vishing involves using voice calls rather than emails, phishing, or texts, smishing, to trick targets into divulging sensitive information, such as account credentials, personal data, or financial details. Typical scenarios include a fraudster posing as a family member in distress requesting money, or an IT support representative seeking remote access to a device. With AI voice cloning, these attacks become hyper-personalized and scalable, enabling attackers to conduct real-time conversations that adapt to the victim's responses in real time. This year alone, notable incidents, such as the Cisco data breach in August, where a vishing attack targeted a representative to export sensitive information, and the 3 a.m. ransomware group's use of email bombing combined with vishing in May, underscore the growing prevalence of this tactic. As AI tools become more accessible, experts warn that vishing will evolve into a more convincing and undetectable form of cybercrime. What is vishing and how AI enhances it? Vishing is a subset of social engineering, where cybercriminals impersonate authoritative or familiar figures over the phone to manipulate victims. Unlike phishing emails, which can be scrutinized for suspicious links or grammatical errors, voice calls exploit psychological triggers such as urgency, authority bias, and trust in familiar voices. Attackers often spoof caller IDs to appear legitimate, then use scripted pretext to pressure victims into taking actions such as transferring funds or sharing passwords. AI voice cloning supercharges this by creating synthetic audio that replicates a person's unique vocal characteristics, pitch, tone, cadence, and even accents from minimal source material. The process typically involves audio collection, gathering samples from public sources like podcasts, webinars, social media videos, or voicemails, model training, using machine learning algorithms such as encoder-decoder architectures to analyze spectrograms, visual representations of sound frequencies, and generate new speech from text inputs. Real-time deployment. Advanced tools enable adaptive conversations, where the AI responds dynamically to the victim's words. Open-source libraries and affordable AI services have democratized this technology, lowering the barrier for attackers. What once required hours of audio now needs mere seconds, making it feasible for widespread scams. This refinement allows for next-gen vishing, where attacks are not only more convincing, but also bypass voice-based authentication systems. The technology behind AI. Voice cloning. At its core, AI voice cloning relies on deep learning models trained on vast datasets of human speech. Techniques like text-to-speech (TTS) synthesis convert written scripts into spoken words, while voice conversion models map one voice to mimic another. Tools such as those demonstrated by Google's Mandiant Red Team show how attackers can chain impersonations, starting with a cloned executive voice to gain initial access, then escalating privileges within a network. The risks are amplified because AI can inject realism into scams, including background noises or emotional inflections to heighten urgency. For instance, a cloned voice might claim a family emergency or system outage, to coerce quick action. As these tools evolve, they pose challenges to traditional detection methods, eroding trust in audio communications. Real-world examples. The threat is not hypothetical. Several high-profile cases illustrate its impact. In August, Cisco experienced a data breach when a threat actor used vishing to target an employee, gaining access to sensitive information for export. Similarly, in May, the 3 AM ransomware group combined email bombing with vishing to infiltrate victim systems before deploying malware. Other notable incidents include a UK-based energy firm manager was tricked into transferring over $240,000 via a cloned CEO voice from a 10-second webinar clip. In early 2025, fraudsters cloned the voice of Italy's defense minister Guido Crosetto to solicit ransom funds from business leaders, resulting in a near €1 million loss before intervention. A Hong Kong organization lost over $200 million, approximately $25.6 million USD, to scammers using voice cloning and deepfakes. These examples illustrate how AI vishing targets sectors such as finance, healthcare, and government, resulting in financial fraud, data exfiltration, and reputational damage, risks to enterprises and individuals. For enterprises, AI vishing amplifies risks such as executive impersonation, where cloned voices request urgent wire transfers or account resets. This can lead to massive financial losses. The FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, IC3, reports billions stolen annually from such scams. Compliance violations under regulations like GDPR or HIPAA may result in fines, while weakened voice authentication systems expose networks to malware and ransomware. Individuals face credential theft, harassment, coercion, and scams exploiting familial trust. Broader societal impacts include erosion of social trust and misuse in extortion or misinformation campaigns. With 37% of organizations reporting deepfake voice attacks, the scale is alarming. Ways to combat AI-powered vishing attacks. Combating this threat requires a multi-layered approach combining technology, policy, and education. Here are key strategies for enterprises. Implement zero-trust verification. Workflows require employees to hang up on suspicious calls and call back using official directory numbers, not caller ID. Enforce a two-person approval process for high-risk actions, such as fund transfers. Deploy AI detection tools. Use real-time deepfake audio analyzers to score calls for synthetic traits. Enhance authentication. Layer voice biometrics with hardware-based MFA and avoid phone-based resets. Use secure portals for sensitive requests. Conduct training and simulations. Run vishing drills with cloned voices to build employee skepticism. Track metrics such as reporting rates and focus on high-risk teams, including finance and IT. Protect voice data. Audit and remove public audio of executives from websites and media. Establish safe word protocols for verbal verification. Adopt comprehensive security stacks. Tools like application allow listing, network segmentation, and managed detection response, MDR, can prevent downstream impacts. For individuals, verify sources. Cross-check calls by contacting the supposed caller via known channels. Listen for audio inconsistencies, such as unnatural pauses or background noise. Use safe words. Establish family or personal code words for emergencies. Report and educate. Hang up on suspicious calls, report to authorities, and stay informed about AI scams. Leverage regulatory efforts. Support initiatives like the FTC's Voice Cloning Challenge, which fosters solutions for detecting and monitoring cloned voices.